the tongue heals pretty good. The idea is to prove once and for all that the tongue heals pretty good, just because pretty sharp things, also known as teeth, encircle it. This piece of art is a performance in which people sit and eat. Some kind of extreme distraction must take place in front of the hired extras that are chewing. They are paid to chew. Meat would feel congenially, because the tongue is meat. Some kind of distraction so that they accidentally bite their tongues really hard, and then some kind of flexible camera documents the healing process, its quickness. The distraction could or should be very disturbing projections on the walls. Budget required, I have no clue. But it would be nice to pay everybody reasonable fees. It's also fun that the work would take place inside the mouth as well. Maybe we could get some dentist sponsors. I love those dentists that have animated teeth in their logos, because those teeth often have their own teeth.
I'll say Seven Seas to you. I'll say Seven Seas to you is a live, participatory performance for a dispersed audience. Participants should register their attendance online to receive delivery of a handheld marine VHF radio and instructions on how to travel to one of 400 performance areas along the coast of the UK, which might include locations such as Chesil Beach and the Fresh Flowers stand at the Astor and Weston-super-Mare, and the end of Sunderland's Road Cup Pier. On arrival at the venue, the audience will set their radio to scan to channel 16 to listen to any number of any one half of any communications not blocked by land masses broadcast on the international distress frequency. At our previous events, performances have included both Mayday and Pan-Pan calls, as well as a 4-minute intervention performed by a local fisherman who blocked channel 16 for 4.5 minutes with a description of his new fishing rod and the thieving thornback ray who he was quite sure had stolen it.
I want to charge your cell phone, mockingly. The artist, me or someone that looks like me, I don't really know why this feels so crucial, but I didn't get here because of my explanation skills, am I right? Appearance is everything, and I was born with a very disrespectful looking face, or so I've been told. Anyway, the artist walks around in the gallery space and asks people if they want their cell phones charged. If they say yes, the artist takes the cell phones and charges them. I would need funding for lots of power outlets and a gallery space. People would have to wait until their phones were charged to 100%, but there would be free wine, and this is one night only.
Hammer home. I want to set up an artist residency in this little tear behind your left ear that is always jingling prosperously, alternately, gravelly, with weaponry and damp fibres and fresh t-shirts that you open, running your left index finger around its clattering edge until the bright disc of its aperture sticks wonky to your temple, and out falls another giant inflatable hammer straight into your right open hand, and whoop, you win the argument. I plan to develop a range of affordable live-work studios in these former off-frame storage areas of our public lives. They'll be emptied of all mallets and antidotes and improbable hair and makeup teams before any work begins. All spaces will be continuous with one another, and poets will have full use of the clown car.
Harmony Korine is not very long. Then again, he's not that short either, but he's really not that long if one compares with you, 30 seconds. We just have to kidnap the director, Harmony Korine, and measure him. Need a gun and some kind of measuring tape. Then we have to have another human being around, one that's taller / longer than Harmony Korine, and I guess that I just can take a photo with my iPhone, the documentation of the future.
Moon, out of phase. Solo performance with no audience. It is cold enough that the performer's breath is visible. Wearing a head torch, the performer walks out of their house over ragged terrain to narrate the events of the day to the night, watching the partial silver circle of their sight flood blind with each interruption of speech.
always lie or try in any case to make someone happy. A series of walking, talking sculptures. The concept is stolen from the movie Stand By Me, from the line that's whispered, walking, talking Jesus. But instead of Jesus, I want to do some sculptures.
Moon. It's a revision of my previous application. Moon is now an exact replica of the moon, but with 50% increase in closed backgrounded vowels. Despite an extension in regrettable puckering necessary in invoking moon. It is hoped that the installation of the new, longer, brighter, better, unstepped upon, unfazable, unfake, unnew moon will begin with greater power for all coral reefs, women and poets everywhere.
Someone who vomits, is it you? Sorry, I don't even know why I'm reading this application aloud here. It's embarrassing. This work only works in Swedish, and barely then. It's a narrow language joke that elaborates with the title of a book filled with essays about Unika Surn and Hans Bellmer, written by Helena Eriksson, and the title of this work has replaced the word action, sowing, to sow, with the word action, vomits, to vomit. So I guess the performance or the video would include vomiting.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind letter. I am over the moon to receive your support. Believe me when I say that I am more than delighted. I am beyond thrilled. And that even when you handed me the moon, I was already way over it. The moon, I was overjoyed. I was happy through to that other side of happy where I must continue to exit this bright wound until I am completely beside myself, until I am even remotely delighted and watching what this must feel like from where you are sitting.